All right, so we're gonna make jalapeno popper chicken. So we're gonna get some jalapenos here. Good. Yeah, and actually wash this. I tend to take the seeds out of this too because sometimes it gets too spicy. It's funny, when I was pregnant with my son, I loved anything spicy. I craved it. And my brother-in-law actually had made jalapeno popper grilled cheese, and it was so good. Haven't had it since then, but delicious. So today we're gonna make chicken. And I think I'm going to make some green beans with it, and we have some leftover mashed potatoes because I had made like a Thanksgiving dinner the other night. So we're just gonna use those potatoes as like our other side. Okay. Got the oven preheated to 375. So we're gonna just chop up this little guy here. Don't come at me for my knife cuts. I'm not a professional. Not even gonna attempt to take my eyes off of this. So I will probably chop my finger off. These knives are really, really, really sharp. It's actually quiet right now. Kids are upstairs playing with their Pokemon cards. They're exchanging them. Usually when they get going with their Pokemon cards, like, we don't see them for hours. All right, so we got one jalapeno chopped. Let's get the other one chopped up. I'm gonna get these chopped up pretty small. This recipe is pretty simple. It looks like it's just chicken, some jalapenos, some cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and paprika, and salt and pepper, of course. So I've never made it before, but I'm excited to try something new. Like I said, I really like jalapeno poppers, so put in chicken. It's gonna be delicious. All right, let's get these guys really small because it's gotta fit in the chicken. I think that's good. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands because I do not need to accidentally scratch my eye. I'm crying. Okay. Okay. It's a lot of jalapenos. I'm going to wash my hands. Okay. Now I believe the recipe called for a half a block of cream cheese. So we're going to just kind of eyeball it because quite honestly, we measure with our heart in this house. Okay. I think we just need to have enough filling to stuff the chicken breast with. So we're just gonna eyeball about how much I think that'll be. And quite honestly, I think I might have cut this chicken into tenders, so we're just kind of gonna go with it. Okay, so let's see. This is 8 ounces. All right, I think that looks like it's about enough. Good enough. Now the recipe said to microwave it for 45 seconds. I'm just gonna put it in for like, I don't actually think I need to microwave it because this is pretty soft as it is. And it's like, you know, pretty spreadable. So why don't we put our cheese in? Recipe said a full cup, so this bag is 3 cups. It was already open. Again, we're gonna eyeball it. Okay. Oops. I don't think that my kids are gonna eat this. My son definitely won't because he does not like to eat meat. My daughter might try it because she doesn't really care for things that are too spicy, but she'll at least try something, which is one thing that I really appreciate with her. And it's funny because sometimes I'll think that they're gonna be opposed to something and then they actually end up loving it. So we'll see what happens with this. And I think I need a little bit more cheese in here. That's what it's looking like right now. You can probably hear kids up there screaming. Who knows what they're doing? All right, put some paprika in here. Again, you can measure with our heart. I think that the recipe had said 1/4 teaspoon, but we're just gonna, looks like that. And we gotta put the jalapenos in there. Okay. Okay. Now these jalapenos, I am going to add a little bit at a time because I'm not really sure how much I really want to put in here. I'm gonna see what looks good. The notes on the recipe for this did say if you want this to be a little bit milder, you can use pickled jalapenos, or like bell peppers, but we're just gonna go with the real deal. Because I don't usually buy regular jalapenos, I buy sweet. You can get them at Trader Joe's. I buy sweet and spicy jalapenos. I actually have a jar of it right here. It's hot and sweet jalapenos. These are really good. But I think for today we're gonna go with the fresh ones. And I actually got this huge bag of them at Aldi's, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do with the rest of the jalapenos. I might just pickle them so that they don't go to waste. All right, so this is what we're looking at right here. The filling looks pretty good. See, it smells pretty good. Might have to make more now that I'm looking at it though. Okay, so I've got my pan here. I just lined it with foil, and I've got my chicken. I like to wash my chicken and portion them out, and then I freeze them. So what we're gonna do is we're going to like put these, I'm just gonna put them straight in here. Right. And we're gonna cut them. I think that they call it like Hasselback or something, when you cut something and you fill in the little slots. So we're gonna do it that way. A lot of chicken breast in here. It's only me and my husband that are really gonna eat this, but so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces in there. Okay. Now toss this guy. Washing my hands again. we're gonna season these with salt and pepper. Get this out of the way. And so I'm gonna cut little slits in these pieces of chicken, season it with salt and pepper. Might as well do that right now. Salt, pepper. A lot of pepper, I guess. Okay. You know what? Let's flip those because I like to season both sides. Because why not? More flavor, the better. Okay. And I've got a plate over here. I always like to have like a little plate or a little something where I can just kind of toss all of my trash. Lots of pepper. Okay. Perfect. Now we are going to slice little slits in here. Let's move this out of the way. Okay. Now I've never actually done this before, so hopefully it comes out really good. Alright, so we're gonna just kind of cut a few slits in this. Let's do like, oops. You know what? I have a better idea. We are just going to slice this down the middle. And we're just gonna stuff this instead. I mean, that's the same, pretty much the same thing, right? Like, get the filling in there. Well, let's do that, because that seems like it would be a little bit easier. That seems about right. Seems right. And do that with that. Well, I guess when I portioned these, I kind of cut them pretty thin. Not ideal for stuffing, but we're gonna make it work. Because there's no right and wrong with cooking. Well, I guess unless it's raw, that's not good. But it won't be. So let's just make a slit in this one too. And I'm like one of those people where like my hands have to constantly be clean when anytime I touch something. I don't know. You know, you see those memes where the people are like washing their little hands after they touch everything? That's me. All right. Gonna rinse my hands again. Okay. Even though I know I'm still gonna be touching this again, I still have to do that. I don't know why. I don't like to touch anything else. My hands are dirty. I feel like when you have kids, like everything's always sticky. I hate touching things and having my hand come away like all sticky. So, okay, now we are going to just stuff our chickens. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's kind of go like this. I guess I'm using about like this much. Like, I don't know, kind of eyeballing 5 equal portions here. Let's just, not gonna dirty another dish. Just take our knife and we're just gonna stuff this bad boy. It's funny, before I had kids, I used to love to cook and try out new recipes and stuff. And then once they came along, it was just kind of hard. But now they're a little older, so I'm finally getting back to it, and it's awesome. They're loving that. They're loving when I bake, trying all the sweets. I mean, who wouldn't, right? I've been using all of my friends as guinea pigs, and they've been loving it. Actually, this past weekend, I went to a friend's house, and I made these little whipped ricotta crostinis. I found this girl on Instagram and she's like amazing. So it was a super easy recipe. It was just ricotta, some lemon juice, lemon zest, and salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil, and you just pretty much put that in the food processor and kind of let it go. And put that right over some crostini, and and then I also sprinkled it with like a little bit of rosemary and some chopped walnuts. And she has a recipe for hot honey, but I think the Mike's hot honey is better, so we used that, and it was just like so good. All right, so I actually think we have more than enough filling here. Looks like these things are getting filled pretty well. I'm gonna have like extra. Maybe I will stuff these guys a little bit more. Okay, and I will show you what it looks like after. Let's get these going. I'm trying to use all the stuffing. That might be a lot. Oh, here come the kids. All right, let's see now. Kind of smush this in here. I'm just gonna stuff this guy. Just fold him over. Maybe I'll get a toothpick to kind of hold this guy shut. I don't think, can't really see into the pan right now, but I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. But yeah, so I figured that I would record myself kind of cooking, feeding my little family as kind of a way to deal with a little bit of anxiety that I've been feeling lately. Cooking is usually very calming to me, so I was telling my husband, he's like, oh, you know what, that's actually a pretty good outlet. Who knows, it's just for me, you know. All right, see, I kind of gonna squish this in here. Maybe we'll just fold it over, I guess. I don't know. We're just winging it. That's what we do. There's no right or wrong here. I think I will need some toothpicks to hold this shut. That might be helpful. All right. Yep. This one we're just going to leave open because it's too small to kind of close up here. All right. This poor little guy. If my daughter was eating this, this would be hers. But I doubt she'll eat it with the jalapenos. Maybe a little too spicy for her. Okay. Wash my hands. Let's grab some toothpicks. You know, it's funny. I didn't realize how many times I actually like wash my hands while I'm cooking until I started recording this. Interesting. Well, I guess for anybody that I prepare food for, you see, it's very, very clean. Constantly washing my hands. All right. So let's kind of get this guy here. Just my toes here to kind of do this. Keep it closed. I think my kids are upstairs playing with quarters. They've been trading their Pokemon cards, and I think that they either trade Pokemon cards or they trade like quarters. I have no idea what they're doing, but they're happy, so I'm happy. They came home from school, and usually we let them watch their tablets for about a half hour after school just to kind of like decompress. You know, been learning all day. And today they decided they're like, we don't want to do that. We just kind of want to play Pokemon cards. And I'm like, you know what, that's perfectly fine. If they want to do something other than watch a screen, I am all for it. Okay, and I think that's good. I'll hold all these together, hopefully. This one doesn't need one. Let me get another. Smoosh that down there. Oh yeah, they're definitely playing with quarters up there. I can hear them. Let me tell you, I always used to joke they love collecting coins. So I would always joke that when the banks were having their coin shortage, I was like, oh, it's probably all in my house. My kids love to collect coins. All right, so this is what we're looking like right. Ooh, this is what we're looking like. We're going to pop these in the oven at 375 for about half an hour. I like to make sure that my chicken's cooked, so about a half an hour. And my oven is preheated. I've also got some green beans that I'm going to put some olive oil and salt and pepper on, just pretty simple. But yeah, and I guess I'll show you guys when it's done.